Hey, welcome to Keight Krafts. I'm Keight. Today I would like to share with you my make for Scrap and Stamp's February Inspiration Hop. Let's get started. So, to kick things off, we are going to do a little bit of Copic coloring. This is the Rub-a-Dub-Dub Flip Flop set by Lawn Fawn, and I think these ducks are really cute. I think this is probably the first time I've really colored them, as I hadn't cut apart the dies yet, so I'm assuming this is probably one of the first times I've used this set. I was hoping I had the other one, but I don't have the actual Rub-a-Dub set, so to speak, so I had to deal with these guys. And it was hard trying to find birds in my stash because it's birds, you would think. And one of the stipulations of this hop was a bird theme, and I'm not too versed with working with birds. I like skunks and the porcupines and the little cats and ducks. It was kind of, or birds. I wasn't too sure. So I thought I would go with these guys. And while I'm talking about these guys, I should probably tell you a little bit about today's hop while I have your attention. So this is a inspiration hop sponsored by Scrap and Stamp, and February's inspiration hop is based around birds. Each stop along the way will show you a new design to inspire you as you fly along with us at each stop. As always, we will be giving away a $50 gift certificate to one lucky person who chirps a comment at each of the stops along the way. Every stop is another chance to win, so please share the love with each of the talented makers. So with that being said, the rest of the information will be in the description box below. And all I've done here was I have taken the little heart cutout from the Magic Heart die set, and I've cut out a little window. I'll set that off to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Radiant Heart backdrop die that I've already cut out, and you'll have to forgive me here. I'm going to add a little bit of this Barely Arts glue all around here to make sure that I get a good stick. And then once I'm happy with the amount of adhesion that I have on the back side of this, we are going to glue this on the front side of our card. So once I've got that all together there, I'm going to line everything up as best as I possibly can. I'm going to create a bit of a window here. I thought about creating a window shaker, but I decided against it. So this was kind of an afterthought. I took the other piece that I had cut out because I couldn't quite decide whether or not I wanted to use the first one that I glued on or the second one because it has a slightly different pattern. So we're just going to cut this down and we are going to glue this on the inside of the card. So you could do this and you could add a little bit of a border frame to this as well, but that's kind of an afterthought for me. I just kind of left it as is and just, hope for the best. So all I'm doing again is going around the little edges here with some Barely Arts glue, making sure I get a good stick on every little corner here because I am obsessive compulsive with glue, as you guys can see. And once I'm happy with the amount of glue that I have on there, we are going to take this little bit and we're going to line that up so you don't really see too much of anything. So you can see here that I've got the stripes on the front side and then I've got the dots on the other, and I thought, well, I'm going to take this little heart and we are going to glue that down on the inside. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that that is nice and lined up. So at the very edge of this heart, we are going to take some low-tack tape here and we are going to just make almost like a hinge. So that way all I've got to do is glue everything here, as you see, and then I will be able to mash down that back side of the card, and that'll lift that right up like that, and I can get rid of the tape, so that way you've got this cute little yellow window. So off camera, I have gone ahead and stamped out you and me in Henry Jr.'s ABCs, and then in Henry's ABCs, I have cut out the word quack, so it'll read, "You quack me up," because why not? Ducks, right? So I'm just going to take my T-square ruler here, and I'm just going to line up the quack, And once I'm happy with how that's lined up, I'm going to take some low tack tape and we're going to mash that down. Make sure that when you do this, you add a little bit of less sticky by putting it on the back of your hand. And then when you do this, make sure you tack everything down properly. As you'll see in a minute here, I end up losing that U. So I probably could have mashed this down a little bit, as you can see. So I'm just going to set that U off to the side and then I'll figure it out. And then I push down with my little glue tip to make sure that those guys are stuck on that low tack tape better. You don't want it too sticky, and you want it sticky enough because you don't want to rip the paper. And I find sometimes that washi tape has that effect on paper, is you just rip it. So I'm lining up that A with the bottom of that heart, and very carefully I will peel up all of that low tack tape. And I thought about putting this guy on straight, and I was kind of having the anxiety of not getting him as straight as I wanted to. So we are just going to kind of tilt it off to the side to give it a little bit of quirkiness, because why not? This card kind of quacks me up. So we're going to take the U here, and I'm just going to mark off where roughly I need to cut. That way I've got everything lined up. I mean, you could cut this after you've glued everything down, but sometimes I think backwards when I do things. So instead, I'm just going to line everybody up here together and just give it a quick little trim. And then we'll add some glue down to the back because we are going to be sticking here on a textured surface. And once I've got those guys glued down, it's just time to glue down our little quackers here. So I'm going to take the mama duck or the daddy duck or whatever duck you want to call this one, and I'm going to glue them out to the front, and then the little baby duck or the child duck or the faraway duck. It could be just a faraway duck that's flying towards its friend, and I don't know, maybe the big duck's telling a joke. I don't know. My first card with birds. So to give the front a little bit of interest, I'm going to go in with some Wink Stella just to give the quack a little bit of glitter, and I've gone in with some yellow hearts for the embellishment, and because I don't want to glop a bunch of this onto my card, I'm just going to give it a little squeeze off of the card, because that's the last thing you want. You finish project, you're putting on the touches, and then you blob a big glollop of glitter. Yeah, words elude me, but that's okay. So once I've got that done and I've let it off to dry, I'll add a little bit more here. Why not? You know, why not? The beak and the flippers need a little bit of glitter too. And then, you know, of course, I gotta go in with my glaze pen here, give the little duckies an eyeball. And this is a gray glaze, not my black glaze, because I think I stamped this out in the River Rock ink. River Rock Lawn Fawn ink is a Copic friendly ink, and I didn't want to go with the dark black because I thought it would kind of offset the spring colors that I incorporated into this card. So once I've gone over the Henry's Junior's ABCs with the glitter pen here, and my card is complete. I really hope that you hop along with us and give a little love to the other creators in this hop. And if you think I've earned it, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.